My name is Emily. I am 29 years old. I live in a city called Oakwood. It's a busy place, full of cars and people and tall buildings. But my small apartment is on a quiet street. It has big windows. I like to look out at the trees. My life wasn't always quiet like this. For 3 years, my life was full of noise, laughter, and love. Or so I thought. I was with a man named Alex. And when he left, my world fell apart. I thought I would never smile again. This is my story about how my heart healed, slowly. Alex and I met at work. He was new in the marketing department. I worked in design. He had a big smile and dark, curly hair. He always made jokes. He made everyone laugh. One day, he asked me for coffee after work. I was nervous, but I said yes. We talked for hours that first day. It felt easy, like we knew each other for a long time. Soon, we were always together. We went for walks in the park. We tried new restaurants. We watched silly movies at my apartment. He loved my cooking. He always said, "Emily, this is the best pasta ever." He brought me flowers sometimes, small yellow ones. He said they matched my happy spirit. I felt happy then. Very happy. I thought, he was my person, my forever person. We talked about the future. We dreamed about a small house with a garden, maybe a dog, maybe children one day. It all felt so real, so close. I loved him with all my heart. I gave him everything. My time, my trust, my love. I really believed we would be together always. Then one evening, everything shattered. It was a normal Tuesday. I came home from work. I planned to make his favorite dinner, chicken and potatoes. I bought fresh bread from the bakery. The apartment felt quiet when I walked in. Too quiet. Alex usually came home before me. I found a note on the kitchen table. Just a small piece of paper. His writing was messy, like he wrote it fast. The note said, "Emily, I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I need to leave. Don't try to find me. Goodbye." That was it. No explanation. No phone call. Just a cold, short note. Goodbye. I read the note again and again. My hands started shaking. My legs felt weak. I had to sit down on a kitchen chair. I couldn't breathe properly. It felt like someone punched me in the chest. Leave? Why? What did I do wrong? Where did he go? Questions flooded my mind, but there were no answers. Just the empty apartment and the terrible note. I tried calling his phone. It went straight to voicemail. His voicemail box was full. He wasn't answering. I texted him. "Alex, what is this? Please call me. We need to talk." No reply. Nothing. It was like he disappeared from the earth. Vanished. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on the sofa, staring at the wall. The chicken and potatoes stayed in the bag. The fresh bread sat on the counter. The apartment felt huge and cold. Every corner held a memory of him, his laugh, his smile, his touch. Now it was just filled with silence. a heavy, painful silence. The next morning, I called in sick to work. I couldn't face anyone. I couldn't pretend everything was okay, because nothing was okay. My heart was broken into a million tiny pieces. I cried. Oh, how I cried. I cried until my eyes were red and swollen. I cried until I had no tears left. I felt lost, empty, like a part of me was missing. A big part. The first few weeks were a blur of pain. I barely ate. Food had no taste. I lost weight. I didn't answer my phone when friends called. My best friend, Sarah, came to my door several times. I didn't open it. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk. What could I say? That the man I loved just left me with a note? That I felt like a fool? That I felt worthless? I stayed inside my apartment. I wore the same old t-shirt and sweatpants for days. I looked in the mirror once and didn't recognize myself. My eyes were dull. My face was pale. The happy spirit Alex talked about was gone. Completely gone. I really, truly believed I would never smile again. How could I? The joy was ripped out of my life. Everything reminded me of him. The blue coffee mug he always used. The books he left on the shelf. The park where we walked. The songs we listened to. Each memory was like a small knife stabbing my heart. I wanted the pain to stop. But it was always there. A constant ache in my chest. A heavy weight on my soul. Sarah didn't give up. One Saturday morning she came again. This time she just sat outside my door. She didn't knock loudly. She just called softly. "Emily? It's Sarah. I brought coffee. Please let me in. You don't have to talk. I just want to sit with you." I don't know why, but I opened the door that day. Maybe because her voice was so kind. Maybe because I was just so tired of being alone with my pain. Sarah looked at me with worried eyes. She didn't say anything about my messy hair or my old clothes. She just gave me a gentle hug. Then she came in and poured the coffee. We sat in silence for a long time. She didn't ask questions. She didn't give advice. She just sat there, present. Her quiet company was comforting. It felt like a small anchor in my stormy sea of sadness. After a while, I started talking. Just little things at first. Then the dam broke. I told her everything. About the note. About the silence. About the terrible pain. I cried again, but this time it felt different. Sharing the pain made it feel a tiny bit lighter. Sarah listened patiently. She held my hand. She said, "It's okay to be sad, Emily. It's okay to hurt, but you are strong. You will get through this, I promise." Her words didn't magically fix everything, but they planted a small seed of hope. Maybe she was right. Maybe I could survive this. After Sarah left, I looked around my apartment. It was messy, clothes on the floor, dishes in the sink. It reflected how I felt inside, messy and broken. I decided to do one small thing, just one. I picked up the clothes from the floor. It took all my energy, but I did it. It was a tiny step, but it was a step forward. The next day, I washed the dishes. The day after that, I took a shower and put on clean clothes. These things seem small, I know. But when your heart is broken, even small things feel like climbing a mountain. You might know that feeling too. It's okay. Small steps are still steps. I started going for short walks, just around the block at first. The fresh air felt good on my face. I started noticing things again. The way the sun shone through the leaves, the sound of birds singing, the smell of rain after a storm. These were things I hadn't noticed when I was with Alex. My world had been so focused on him. Now, slowly, my world was becoming mine again. It wasn't easy. Oh no. Some days were still very hard. I would see a couple holding hands, and the sadness would wash over me again. I would hear a song on the radio that reminded me of him, and tears would fill my eyes. Healing isn't a straight line. It's more like a winding path with ups and downs. There were days I felt strong, and there were days I felt like hiding under the covers again. That's okay too. Healing takes time. Be kind to yourself if you are hurting. Sarah encouraged me to try new things. You need something just for you, Emily, she said. One day, I saw a flyer at the library where I worked. It was for a beginner's pottery class. I remembered liking art in school. My hands remembered the feeling of clay. I was scared. What if I was bad at it? What if I didn't talk to anyone? But Sarah's words echoed in my mind. Something just for me. So, I signed up. The first class was terrifying. My hands shook as I tried to shape the wet clay on the spinning wheel. My first pot collapsed into a sad lump. I wanted to run away, but the teacher was kind. She smiled and said, "That happens to everyone. Just try again." The woman next to me, an older lady with kind eyes, laughed gently. "My first one looked like a pancake," she whispered. So I tried again. And again. Slowly, I started to get the hang of it. Feeling the clay move under my hands felt good. It was calming. Focusing on the shape, the texture, the water, it made me forget my sadness for a little while. I started looking forward to the class each week. I even started talking a little to the older lady, Martha. We talked about clay and gardens and cats. Simple things. It felt nice to connect with someone new. I started doing other things for myself too. I started cooking again. Not Alex's favorite meals, but my favorite meals. Things I loved as a child. I bought myself flowers. Bright pink ones this time. I put them in a vase on my table. They made the apartment feel brighter. I started reading books again, getting lost in different worlds. I reorganized my apartment, making it feel like my space, not our space. I put away the photos of Alex, not angrily, but gently. It was time to let go. One afternoon, I was walking by the river near my town. The sun was setting. The sky was painted with beautiful colors: orange, pink, purple. I sat on a bench and just watched. I felt a sense of peace wash over me. A quiet calm. I was alone, but I didn't feel lonely. I felt okay. I felt me. And in that moment, I realized I was smiling. A real, gentle smile. Not a big laugh, but a soft curve of my lips. It had been so long. I touched my lips, surprised. I had smiled again. Without Alex. Without anyone. Just me and the sunset. It felt like a victory. A quiet, personal victory. My heart didn't heal overnight. It healed slowly, piece by piece, like putting together a broken vase. The cracks might still be there. You can see where it was broken. But it holds water again. It can hold flowers again. My heart felt like that. Still fragile, maybe. Still with scars. But it was whole again. And it was mine. I learned so much during that time. I learned that I am stronger than I thought. I learned that my happiness doesn't depend on someone else loving me. It depends on me loving myself. I learned that it's okay to be alone. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It can mean peace. It can mean freedom, freedom to be yourself, freedom to discover what makes you happy. Alex leaving hurt more than words can say. But in losing him, I found myself. The Emily who likes pottery and pink flowers. The Emily who enjoys quiet walks and reading books. The Emily who can smile at a sunset, all by herself. I wouldn't go back. The pain was terrible, but the journey brought me here, to this place of quiet strength. Now, my life is different. I still work at the library. I still see Sarah often. I still go to my pottery class. My pots look much better now. I sometimes think about Alex. I hope he found whatever he was looking for. I don't feel angry anymore. Just a little sad for the love that was lost, and for the way it ended. But mostly, I feel peace. I am open to love again, maybe someday. But I am not searching for it. I am not waiting for someone to complete me, because I learned that I am already complete. My life is good. It's quiet sometimes, yes, but it's my life. And I am happy living it for me. If you are listening to this, and your heart is hurting, please be gentle with yourself. Healing takes time. It's a slow process. There will be good days and bad days. Let yourself feel the sadness. But also, look for the small joys. Take tiny steps forward. Try something new. Connect with kind people. Most importantly, learn to love yourself. Because you are strong, you are worthy, and you will smile again. I promise. Slowly, maybe. But you will. Keep going. You can find yourself too.